You are listening to the $100 Startup by Chris Guillebeau. What if escaping the corporate grind didn't require massive capital or an MBA? Across the globe, people are ditching traditional jobs to build solo ventures that offer both freedom and fulfillment. These aren't just side hustles. They're legitimate microbusinesses that can sustain entire lifestyles. Take two fresh college graduates who impulsively began selling handcrafted custom maps online. Within 9 months, their earnings eclipsed their day job salaries. Or the music instructor who developed simple software to organize his teaching schedule, which eventually generated over $30,000 monthly. Their secret: they recognize that launching a business requires just 3 elements: something valuable to offer, people ready to purchase it, and a payment method. That's literally it. The biggest hurdle isn't competition or market conditions. It's conquering your own doubts and taking that first step. You possess everything necessary right now. Here's the reality about turning passion into profit. Loving something doesn't automatically create a viable business. Unless people will actually open their wallets, you're running an expensive hobby, not an enterprise. Success happens when your interests, abilities, and market demand intersect perfectly. Most successful passion-based businesses don't sell the passion directly. Instead, they help others experience that same passion. Gary Leff, an avid traveler, built a business optimizing other people's airline miles for dream vacations, something many struggle to maximize effectively. Lacking specific expertise. Transform what you already know. Kat Alder leveraged her exceptional people skills from waitressing to launch a PR agency. She learned industry specifics while building her client base, using her natural talents as the foundation. Remember, enthusiasm alone won't pay the bills. You need paying customers and relevant capabilities. Building something people want starts with understanding who you're serving. Don't settle for basic demographics like age or income. Dig deeper into their personalities, values, and genuine frustrations. What keeps them up at night? Once you identify your audience, validate your concept before investing time and money. Ask potential customers directly if they'd pay for your solution. Better yet, advertise your product first and create it only after securing orders. One automotive enthusiast placed a magazine ad for a luxury car guide, wrote it only after selling 2 copies at $900 each, proving demand existed. But here's a crucial insight. What people claim they want often differs from their purchasing behavior. Airlines constantly receive complaints about cramped seating, yet when offered more legroom for slightly higher prices, passengers consistently choose cheaper, uncomfortable alternatives. True success means addressing both spoken and unspoken needs. Wedding photographer Kyle Hepp always captures traditional shots despite couples insisting they want something completely unconventional, because she knows their families will treasure those classic memories. Marketing your microbusiness effectively means focusing on customer benefits rather than product features. People don't buy specifications, they buy transformations. The V6 Ranch doesn't advertise horse rides, they sell freedom. Yoga retreats don't teach poses, they offer stress relief and inner peace. With limited budgets, successful entrepreneurs hustle instead of spending on advertising. This means building relationships with journalists, partnering with complementary businesses, contributing guest content to relevant blogs, and getting creative with exposure strategies. Strategic giving amplifies this approach. John Moorfield, an unemployed architect, offered professional advice for just 5 cents at a farmer's market. Customers were so impressed they hired him for full projects, and his story attracted national media attention, generating massive buzz and new opportunities. Think benefits, not features. Get resourceful with promotion. Launching successfully requires Hollywood-level preparation. Build anticipation months beforehand by engaging your audience, explaining your project's value, and outlining exactly how the launch will unfold. Keep reminding them of key details, so the purchase decision happens before launch day arrives. Create urgency by offering limited-time pricing and consistently reminding prospects about approaching deadlines. When the window closes, maintain that boundary, no exceptions. The author demonstrated this perfectly when launching his empire-building kit course during a 24-hour train journey from Chicago to Portland. The deadline coincided with the train's arrival, creating a compelling narrative that generated over $100,000 in a single day. Without profitability, you're operating a hobby, not a business. Today's entrepreneurs can launch with minimal investment, often just a laptop and basic website, sometimes under $100 total. Chelly Vitry started a Denver food tour business with $28 and generated $60,000 annually. If traditional funding isn't available, explore alternatives like crowdfunding. Shannon Oki raised $10,000 on Kickstarter for her craft publishing venture when banks declined her loan application. Keep expenses laser-focused on revenue generation. That expensive website redesign might look impressive, but unless it directly increases sales, skip it. Monitor key metrics like daily sales volume and average order values to stay focused on what truly drives your business forward. Maximize profitability through recurring revenue models. Just 400 subscribers paying $20 monthly generates nearly $100,000 annually. That's why seemingly bizarre concepts like the Cupcake of the Month Club thrive. Price based on customer value, not production costs. Gary Leff charges $350 per travel booking regardless of time invested, because the client benefit remains constant. Don't hesitate to raise prices periodically. Customers often respond positively, saying it's overdue. Offer multiple pricing tiers without overwhelming choices. Some people always want premium versions, so why not provide enhanced options at higher price points? Once operational, continuously optimize 3 critical areas: website traffic, visitor conversion rates, and average sale prices. Small adjustments in these metrics create dramatic profit improvements. Growth happens vertically or horizontally. Vertical expansion means offering additional services to existing customers, like providing training for software you've sold them. Horizontal growth involves creating new offerings for different customer segments, perhaps developing budget-friendly alternatives to your premium services. As you expand, consider outsourcing tasks that don't require your direct involvement. Success depends on your business type and personal preferences. If customer relationships drive your success, or you prefer maintaining control, outsourcing might backfire. Planning for eventual sale requires scalability. Your methods must be teachable, and your market expandable to attract serious buyers. Successful entrepreneurs prioritize action over elaborate planning. Your business plan should fit on one page, simply outlining what you'll sell to whom, why they'll buy, and how you'll get paid. Add marketing tactics and key metrics, then set a firm launch deadline. Your mission statement should be Twitter length, 140 characters maximum. This constraint forces clarity and eliminates corporate jargon. Something like, I help busy professionals plan effective workouts so they stay fit and energized. When leaving traditional employment, expect unsolicited advice from people who have never owned businesses. Their well-meaning suggestions often prove unhelpful or distracting. Trust your judgment and take action. You don't need anyone's permission to succeed. The path from employee to entrepreneur is simpler than most believe. Identify where your passions and skills meet market needs, focus relentlessly on providing value, and launch before you feel ready. You can refine profitability along the way. Your micro-business journey starts with recognizing that you already possess what's required. The question isn't whether you can succeed, it's whether you'll take that first decisive step. Found these insights valuable? Hit like and subscribe for book summaries that could transform your thinking. The purchase link for the $100 startup is waiting in the description, and we're curious, which of these concepts resonated most with you? Drop a comment below.